In a 4-3 decision, the Colorado Supreme Court has ruled that former President Donald Trump did engage in an insurrection back in 2021. The state's highest court barring him from appearing on the Colorado primary ballot in March.
As you can imagine, the ruling making headlines nationwide. KRDO 13 investigator Sean Rice spoke with people on all sides of this contentious debate today and is live in our newsroom to break down what this ruling means and how it could affect you. Sean?
Yeah, Paige and Heather, as it sits now, Colorado voters will not be able to cast their ballot and vote for former President Donald Trump on the upcoming Republican primary ballot. But tonight, the head of the Colorado GOP party, Dave Williams, tells me they will immediately appeal this decision, which means the former president's eligibility here in Colorado and indeed across the nation could be decided by the United States Supreme Court.
If nothing happens between now and January 5th, Donald Trump will not be on the ballot in Colorado.
Colorado Secretary of State Jena Griswold is now mandated to not include Donald Trump's name on the March Republican presidential primary ballot, citing the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. A group of Coloradans made up of Republican and unaffiliated voters sued Griswold in September, claiming Donald Trump should be disqualified for inciting an insurrection on January 6, 2021, something that Colorado's district court has already said he's guilty of. And our state's highest-ranking election official seems to agree.
On top of just inciting the insurrection, his actions for months were made to try to overturn the election.
But Colorado GOP Chair Dave Williams says the Republican Party will not go down without a fight. He calls the 4 Colorado Supreme Court justices that handed down the ruling, quote, Democrat sympathizers.
This is election interference. This is tyranny. They're taking the ability for people to vote for the candidates they want to vote for, and we're not going to take it lying down. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that Donald Trump is on that ballot.
Williams will now seek to reverse Tuesday's ruling by appealing it to the United States Supreme Court. If that court does indeed reverse the ruling, Trump will appear on Colorado's ballot, and the Secretary of State would be required to count all votes cast for him.
We're not going to let that happen. We're not going to go along with it. We're not going to surrender. We're going to appeal all the way to the United States Supreme Court and put this to bed once and for all.
And whichever way this matter is eventually decided by the courts, Secretary of State Jena Griswold says she will comply.
Whatever law is in place by the time that I certify the ballot, whatever court case is in place, court order, I will follow as Colorado Secretary of State.
Trump and the Colorado GOP now have until January 4th to file an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Griswold told me tonight she expects they will put a stay on the case well before then, which would allow Trump to appear on the state's primary ballot while that case is heard and adjudicated. Reporting live in our newsroom, Sean Rice, KRDO 13 Investigates.
All right, Sean, thank you.